Imagine standing in the heart of California's vast grape fields, surrounded by rows upon rows of lush vines. This is where some of the world's most beloved raisins begin their journey. In today's video, we'll take you behind the scenes of California's thriving raisin industry. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to AgriTech Insights. Did you know that California produces almost all of the seedless raisins we enjoy? These little treats are incredibly popular, and it's no wonder. They're packed with natural sweetness and goodness. Ever tried them? Share your thoughts on their taste. Between January and February, California's vineyards come alive with a flurry of activity known as vulture season. This isn't about birds, but about the dedicated farm workers who meticulously dig thousands of holes, laying the groundwork for the next generation of vines. Once the planting holes are prepared, thousands of young vines are carefully transplanted, beginning their journey toward producing the famous California raisins. On average, about 950 vines are planted per acre, with each vine strategically spaced 3 feet apart to ensure optimal growth. The San Joaquin Valley, often called the raisin capital of the world, is the beating heart of California's raisin industry. In 2020 alone, these sprawling farms covered approximately 147,000 acres, requiring the efforts of over 5,000 workers. Fun fact, California produces nearly 100% of the raisins in the United States, making it a cornerstone of the global raisin market. After about 5 weeks from planting, the vines are pruned and tied to poles to encourage vertical growth. Skilled farm workers, earning between $8 and $13 per hour, take on this crucial task. It usually takes around 3 years for these vines to produce their first harvest. Today, approximately 23% of California's vineyards are dedicated to raisin production, with the Thompson seedless grape being the primary variety grown. As winter approaches, pruning becomes essential on the grape farms. This process helps guide the vines to grow in specific directions when spring arrives. Only highly skilled grape growers are entrusted with this important task. By May, the grapes begin to bear fruit on most California farms, and it takes around 70 days for them to be ready for harvest. At this stage, about 25% of the grapes are removed to ensure a balanced fruit density and top-notch quality when harvested. This is the reward for 3 years of patience and hard work. Imagine the satisfaction of seeing the fruits of your labor. Every September, the raisin harvest kicks off. The dry and hot weather during this time is perfect for sun-drying billions of grapes. The grapes are left in the sun for 3 weeks, in temperatures reaching around 95 degrees Fahrenheit. These harsh conditions are challenging for the workers who pick and dry the grapes. After 3 weeks, the dried grapes are gathered and transported to the factory for processing and packaging. In recent years, California's raisin production has ranged from 350,000 to 380,000 tons annually, making up 96% of the nation's raisin output. Globally, Turkey leads in raisin production, followed by the United States, Iran, and Greece. At the raisin processing plant, tons of raisins are washed and dried before packaging. In the next part of our journey, we'll visit California's table grape farms to witness the harvest of thousands of tons of grapes. Our adventure starts at an olive farm in California's San Joaquin Valley. Unlike in Europe, where machines often harvest olives, here in California, billions of olives are hand-picked by workers, many of whom are from Mexico. Currently, California has 682 olive farms covering around 39,000 acres, with about 220 farms still relying on manual harvesting. The workers typically start their day at 8 a.m. and finish by 5 p.m. On average, a worker can harvest 2 olive trees per day, earning about $95 for their efforts. After harvesting, the olives are collected in plastic trays and transported to the olive oil factory. According to the California Olive Commission, last year, 6 million pounds of olives were harvested and processed in the state, accounting for 75% of the nation's olive production. In California, over 6,000 pounds of grape leaves are harvested each year, mainly for restaurants. These leaves are often used as a vegetable and are popular for wrapping foods like fish or other meats. Each year, only about 150 migrant workers are hired to pick these leaves, earning around $9 an hour. Now let's head to a blueberry farm in Whatcom County, Washington. Every year in early May, around 7,000 workers arrive at blueberry farms in Washington to start the harvest. They pick the ripe blueberries and place them in plastic containers worn across their chests. Did you know that the United States has about 103,000 acres of land Dedicated to growing blueberries? Washington state alone has the largest blueberry growing area, with about 177,000 acres. In 2021, the U.S. produced a staggering 681 million pounds of blueberries, with 163 million pounds coming from Washington. On average, a harvest worker picks 9 to 12 boxes of blueberries each day, earning $9 per box. Next, we'll visit a cherry farm in California. You might think these workers are pruning cherry blossoms, but they're actually harvesting them. These blossoms are used to make drinks like tea or cherry blossom cocktails. Every year, about 29,000 pounds of cherry blossoms are harvested in the U.S. for food use. They're not just for drinks. Some restaurants in California even use cherry blossoms as a vegetable. Once harvested, billions of cherry blossoms are delivered daily to restaurants and drink shops. Each picker in California earns between $80 and $100 per day. Let's move to a barn next to a strawberry farm in Santa Maria, California. Here, workers from Mexico and Guatemala are busy preparing millions of strawberry roots before they're delivered to the fields. These roots have been shipped from a nursery, and the workers' job is to arrange them neatly and box them up. These roots aren't just for California. They're also sold to strawberry farms in other states like Florida and Washington. Currently, around 35,000 acres of land in California are used for strawberry farming, producing 1.1 billion pounds of strawberries annually, 83% of the nation's total. Now, let's check out the raspberry harvest in Santa Cruz County, California. Each July, over 2,000 workers head to these farms to harvest ripe raspberries. They pick the berries and place them in small buckets worn around their waists. For each bucket filled, workers earn $7. California dedicates around 10,000 acres of land to growing raspberries, making it the top state for fresh raspberry production in the country. Finally, let's visit a vineyard in California where millions of seedless grapes are picked every year to make raisins. Each season, over 9,000 workers come to these grape farms, working hard in the hot and dusty fields. In 2021, California used 147,000 acres of land for raisin production, which was 23% of all the grape growing areas in the state. After the grapes are harvested, they are spread out on the farm to dry for 3 weeks. Once dried, billions of grapes are sent to the processing plant to be cleaned and packaged. As of 2024, California continues to dominate the raisin market, producing nearly 100% of the raisins in the United States. This accounts for about 30% of the world's raisin supply. The future looks promising for California's raisin industry, with advancements in farming technology expected to increase efficiency and yield. However, climate change poses a challenge, with hotter temperatures and less predictable weather patterns potentially impacting future harvests. Have you ever tasted California raisins? Let us know what you think about them. Make sure to like and subscribe to AgriTech Insights for the latest in agricultural technology and smart farming solutions.